Hello again. This is Jack Carmel. This is segment 2. I'm showing how you work with the laser beam. In some ways it shows the thickness of the wood when you cannot see the tool that's buried inside a foot of work. Okay, I'm measuring a 1/4 inch from the tip of the tool on my nail. Okay, now I can see where I am with the tip minus a 1/4 inch. When that dot becomes prolonged, I'm very close. When it falls on the floor, I'm a 1/4 inch thick. At this point, the flaw in the wood has been breached and some debris comes out from the holes and flies around. Later on I will show a face, which means that I was breathing some of this stuff before it fell to the floor. Bad habit that I have. You could see the homemade laser. As long as it doesn't touch each other. Okay, this is the flaw. And I think you can see inside already. Let me see. Yep, here is the light. You can see inside. That flaw is going to cause a lot of trouble. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, I put it on very slow and I'm emptying the debris from the inside of the vessel mechanically. Some more. Obviously, no, I think my photographer is there. In the shop, there is a big machine that circulates the air 6 times an hour. Besides of that, I also have the aluminum tube that you saw that's connected to the commercial vacuum cleaner. Okay, now I could see some dust escaping while I'm working through the flaw, which I was mentioning before. Here I'm starting with my face. I'm a little tired of breathing all this stuff. Absolutely. Tastes good. How about a dust sandwich? This is a blast from the past. I'm looking backwards at the piece as I was rounding it off. This is the piece in the raw. In fact, what happened is that I found this segment after I did the one that I posted yesterday and decided to show it anyway as a flashback. Gotta go very slow, and as it's square, it hits you randomly, makes a lot of noise. That's the inside, and later on, back to the present. Already I'm showing that the front has a much bigger hole than I started because the rot in the front just broke off in the middle of work. It was so weakened. So the hole is a lot bigger than I normally do. Now I'm making a driver that will turn the vessel while I'm working in the backside. So you have to make it ad-lib as you go along. I'm measuring exactly how far I have to go. That's just a piece of, I think, pine or something. Okay, enough of this. Now I'm connecting that piece to the driver, which is a piece of steel that is connected to the chuck. And I'm securing it with an Allen key. You see my mouth open in case a fly passed by randomly. Okay, the driver. Now the piece is being held from the front by that piece of wood that I shaped before. And it has enough power that pushes it forward from the tailstock to hold it so I can work on the rear end of the vessel. Moving along, yesterday I found out that YouTube takes only 10 minutes, and I believe I was 10 minutes and a few seconds, and it showed an error, and I had to redo the narrating several times. Got a little tired of it. Today we're going to be on the 10 minutes. Okay, here I'm making a... Oh, look what happened. Look at this, what I was talking about. You need to secure the tailstock really, really good for this thing to not come off like it just did. I got lucky. And from my experience, this is not a good sign. The front, the driver, is just a bunch of 4 teeth that are driving it around. Here I'm making the rabbit for the 4-jaw chuck. You saw before it stopped. That means that the driver was turning around itself. Not too secure. Can't secure it any further. Let's see what we're doing here. I just want to get to the point where I'm showing the part with the skew that shows the angle. This piece will become the top of the big piece. Same wood, Redwood burl. Okay, I'm going deeper. It's got to be a minimum of ½ an inch, or in a smaller piece like this, perhaps a little bit less. Okay, that's the skew, and it's making the angle. Okay, here we go. As you can see, I'm making an angle. It's a slight angle pointed inward, and the chuck has a similar angle, and when they match, it holds pretty securely. That's a good way of showing it. It's got to be flat on the bottom. Okay. Sorry, I was interrupted by a phone call. I'm going to move the driver by banging behind it. It just came out. I have made a little piece of steel with a handle, and it pushes the stuff out. This is a smaller chuck, Big Mark. I like them the best. And watch, I am tightening it by hand. Boop, like that. Not by force. And if you go in the correct direction, it will not become loose. Okay. Now I'm pushing the tailstock, opening up a little, pushing it forward with the tailstock, and then securing it again. Okay, I have to say goodbye.